For over 600 years, this royal palace was the seat of one of the most influential royal families in Europe. In this city, they have 27 castles and over 150 palaces. Just imagine the wealth, the architecture, the culture, all accumulated over the years. Here are top 10 sites waiting for you in Vienna. This is famous pedestrian shopping area in the heart of the historical city center. This was an exclusive shopping street already in the imperial times. And here you will find the finest shops in Vienna. Some are modern international brands and some are very old with long tradition. This place is surrounded by grand houses and palaces from 17th and 18th century. Here are also fountains and statues, so no wonder that this place is so popular. Coffee culture is an important part of Vienna. As you can see, here are many restaurants and coffee places where you can sit down, relax, and really enjoy the atmosphere. This coffee place belongs to the largest coffee roaster company from the time of Austrian-Hungarian Empire. They revolutionized the coffee roasting process, and today they are still big international coffee producer. Even the Emperor Franz Joseph himself enjoyed in Vienna coffee culture. Apparently, this was his favorite coffee place, and the cakes and the sweets produced inside were his weakness and his secret. This amazing building is one of the most important neo-Gothic structures in Vienna. It was built in 1800s and it houses municipal administration with over 2,000 employees and serves as the seat of the mayor. As you can see, it's dominated by this massive 98 meters or 320 feet tall main tower that's currently under reconstruction. On the top of it sits the famous statue of the town hall man. This building is so huge that it has the biggest inner courtyard in Europe and the biggest ballroom in Austria. Vienna is not only historic and old, it can also be modern and quirky. This is an apartment building from 1985, and it was designed by an artist named Hundertwasser, after whom the building got its name. It has 52 apartments, and the artist received no payment for his work. He stated that it was worth it to prevent something ugly going up in its place. As this is an apartment building, you can only admire it from the outside. This is one of the world's largest and most splendid theaters. It is considered to be one of the leading opera houses. Every night you can witness world-class artists. each season has more than 350 performances of 60 different operas and ballets. And once a year, this opera house turns into world's most elegant ballroom for the world-famous Vienna Opera Ball. This is unmistakable landmark of Vienna. This is one of the first Ferris wheels ever built in the world. It was erected in 1897 to mark 50 years of rule of Emperor Franz Joseph. At the time, it wasn't very popular. Actually, it was an economic disaster. So in 1916, they got permit to demolish it. But it was the time of the First World War, so luckily they ran out of money for demolition, and that's why this Ferris wheel is still standing. In the heart of the vast Imperial Palace is the Imperial Treasury. This is one of the most important treasuries in the world. Besides hundreds of golden things littered with precious stones, they also have the Imperial Crown of the Holy Roman Empire from the 10th century. They also have the Austrian Imperial Crown from the 1600s and the biggest emerald on the planet. I think I should be careful inside. Down there is a beautiful 18th century palace. And up here is another beautiful 18th century palace. And they are connected with this huge and beautiful Baroque garden. This was a summer residence of Prince Eugene of Savoy. Not too shabby for the summer house. Today, in both of these palaces, they are housing some of the most valuable Austrian art collections. And the heart of the Belvedere art collection are the paintings of Gustav Klimt. If you want to see the world-famous The Kiss painting, it's right here, in the upper Belvedere. And in the lower Belvedere, you'll find changing exhibitions of various art periods. 6 centuries, this palace was one of the most important centers of European history. From here, the Habsburgs ruled over their great empire until the end of the First World War in 1918. Originally, this was a 13th century castle that grew into this huge palace complex together with the Habsburg power. Today, this is the seat of the Austrian president. It houses numerous art collections and the Spanish riding school, where you can observe the horsemen at their work together with their famous white Lipizzaner horses. You can also visit the Imperial apartments, the Sissi Museum and the Silver Collection, all accessible with the same ticket. This 12th century Roman Catholic cathedral is the landmark of Vienna. For 800 years it survived wars, earthquakes and storms until the last 2 weeks of Second World War, when it burned to the ground. It took only 7 years to rebuild it, and it became the symbol for the reconstruction of Austria. It is famous for its colorful tiled roof, 4 towers and 13 bells, including Pumarine Bell, the second biggest free-hanging church bell in Europe. And that is the tallest tower, affectionately called Stephan. It is 136 meters or 446 feet tall. It's considered to be a masterpiece of medieval architecture. You can climb it up, but you better be in good shape because there are 343 steps to the viewpoint. This is the most popular attraction in Vienna and in Austria. This is an amazing park with a huge palace. This used to be the summer residence of the Habsburg family, and it has astonishing 1,441 rooms. And at the end of the First World War, in one of the rooms, the Emperor Charles I signed his renunciation of the government. And that meant that after 640 years, the Habsburg rule ended. The palace became the property of the newly founded Austrian Republic and was turned into a museum. Vienna is an amazing imperial city. It has so much history, art, culture, and even modern and quirky features that you can never be bored. If you like this video, give us thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or even your own experience about Vienna, please leave it in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe. This way, you will help us create more videos like this one. Thanks for watching and see you next time.